Hello, and welcome to another rangroocast with me, rangroo, and today we are doing a 4v4 on Wonsan Arbor. So on Team 1, on the left side playing blue 4, we have KGB Baikal, Mix, Refleks Russian, and Gorvane. And on Team 2 on the red side, on the right side, we have Wolf, styleblue, needs some really long name for hashtag at the end, Redcorn, and Van here Lordy. Lord. So let's speed things up and get things going. Everyone places down the markers. This is an awfully small map for 4v4, and I'm guessing it's going to be quite an infantry cluster. Got some serial clusters being put down that I cannot read. Not really fluent in Russian. And here we go. Any planes? Any planes? We do have some planes. We've got a MiG-20 on them. But yeah, has napalm bombs underneath. Yeah, 3 of them, bloody hell. So the early on nape can really be quite effective on Wonsan Arbor, just due to the fact that it's pretty easy to determine where an enemy can go. Bomb these 2 bridges of napalm, and you can really deny enemy access or stun them and worry them up before they can even get to the front line. And this is what's going on, but the AMXs, they don't care about the napalm. They're just going to keep bulging right through on the road. Head right to the centre of the town. They're in there quite faster compared to the Red Wall forces. Considering that they're both using like the same speed vehicles, both 110 on road. Redfall managing to gain a bit of a foothold on the Delta. Some FJBs landed them down there, some Mi-24 Hinds. And Blue 4 getting into the bottom of Delta, some Legionnaires and Infantry Shakers. And it seems like going to be supported by a crap ton of APCs. Just for some cannon fodder. Speed up as they get to the objective. Red 4 unloading into Charlie, a little bit too late, yo. There's Blue 4 already moving up with all their Cezarus and Panther Grenadiers and Fancy French Reg. Cezarus getting right up in there, a whole platoon of them. Honestly, they are outgunned, out-surrounded. I mean, they're just getting stun-locked by the Panther Grenadiers with the powerful MG3. And we've got a bunch of marksmen coming down. Charlie marksmen and Centurion marksmen. Pretty decent AA pieces. This is and Panzergrens eating up the Cezarus for back thrust and whatnot. I think he's going to use these as like close range support weapons, like an IFV. He's just moving them right, and they do have like 13 frontal armor, something really good. So the Charlie marksmen can take the shots. Or he just really wants to bring up close AA support. But it's an interesting use of the Charlies, right, yeah. And we've got Blue 4 taking the south of Delta under their control. They do know FJBs are in town. So hopefully they can deal with that. And those are some odd letters. I've never seen those letters ever being used. You know, close range air support shooting down the axe. And there's a lot of napalm on top of it. I do like to know. Like sneaky behind you after unloading the FJBs, they're going to go behind enemy lines. And there's nothing too much here. So unless an AA unit gets brought in like 20 seconds, this groupie command unit is not going to do good. Nope, there comes Igla, or more likely a Mistral. And he's going to fly right over the command infantry. They are going to get spotted because they are shooting. And the Hinds just going to eat them up. And this is a problem with an airborne deck. Mainly a Eurocorps airborne deck. Is you can't really get any land units. So you couldn't just instantly unload the Puma. You'd have to wait for it to land and all that rubbish. But a great good old gank here behind enemy lines with the Hind. So we're going to try and attack Foxtrot. Maybe land and wait for a better opportunity. That's to disrupt NATO supply line for a little bit. Now if we look back into the middle, Blue 4 are doing a very good job. keeping Red 4 at bay. We've got Charlie Marksmans. You know, it's actually a very cool use of them. A little bit ballsy, but on this map where you're in infantry sectors where you don't have to worry too much from heavy tanks, but more about infantry RPGs. I can see Charlie Marksman's being great because it's like two 35mm guns firing at you. It's pretty scary stuff. And they can shoot down planes that ever try to get nearby in enemy helicopters. Got Legionnaires flanking around. Nice, good old shot position. Trying to get some shots off of Strela Freeze. So pretty inadequate AA unit. And that BMP Rondi. Unloading some not strictly 90s. And Cezarus in a bit of a long range firefly. And these are the 90s Legionnaire. Get the RX ATGM, which is a very powerful ATGM but has very short range of about 1,000 meters. Yeah, something along those lines. Got a Recon T65 and a T64 BM. Cover in the open top, and this is where Legionnaire does slide. Just one shot in T55 to 9 eyes for T64. If that T64 gets any closer, it's just going to get popped. And I mean, it does a lot of damage. I can't actually show you, but it does like 25 AP. That's like a one shot on most tanks. The Panzergrens and Chasseurs and Sabres are all working together quite well to stop the to stop any Red 4 advancements. And I do have them in a very nice spot, because if Red 4 want to move up, this is the choke point of the town sector of Wonsan. They either have to take his sector, or really this sector, and then Blue 4 have all of this to cover in. So it can be quite hard to move up from that little choke point. Hang in there, hope is coming. Mortar 182s and AMX 13 VTs flanking around the side. Mortar's getting a little bit too close, they're going to get stung by the most strictly 90s RPG. There's a BMP 1D just coming out, guns blazing, but it does get destroyed. And this is an infantry slog back and forth. Red 4 doing some nice sneaky stuff in the forest and a very nice bombing run in the air. With some more strictly 90s nigglers. Oh, getting... Was that a Puma? I believe it was a Puma. It's a Puma transport. That was a Puma transport. They're doing some sneaky stuff around the forest with monster Monstracles and some cheap APCs. FJB 40s holding on for dear life against the Commando Marines, but they do not have what it takes. Let's see if assault partner is nearby. What's Blue 4 trying to indicate here? Enemy CV? Where are they going to flank? Bit of another spot. Might have just been a misclick. But Red 4, they're starting to bring quite a bit of an infantry force into the middle. A lot of monster leads. Not many flamethrower units too. I do like to point out that monster aren't exactly the best infantry unit in terms of dealing with enemy infantry, because the PKM is, as I mentioned before, probably many other casts, is a bad machine gun still. In terms of all DPS and masters of machine guns, so on and so forth. So I think the Panzergrens could hold out, maybe they're getting pretty destroyed. Pretty destroyed by the Cezarus. There's going to bring out quite a bit of them. Maybe if BMP Run D moves up, give some good old cover in fire of the machine with the rock machine gun grenade launcher. Commando Marines going through the forest. Yeah. That's MiG-25 support, right? Yeah, bada bing, bada boom. Taking a few units out. Another Run D. Oh, just getting shot by the Commando Marines out rack. What do we have down here? Oh, it's the naval map. I forgot naval even existed in this game. I completely forgot that it existed. Wow. This is the first time I've seen a boat in months. But anyway, we got a Nanashuki. out on the field. Gonna spawn camper to be good. Oh boy, a boat! I'm thrilled. It's a Nanishuki. It's a very nice small one. Not cannon on the back of it, and it's just gonna start bombarding into the Foxtrot area. I believe he just got the CV. Yes, he did, and that's. They definitely know it's here now. Blue 4 still holding on for dear life. A few Panther Grenadiers getting overran. Throw enough moss directly into the meat grinder, they will eventually come out on top. That's exactly what is happening. You've got BMP Rundies clearing out some APCs from the south of Delta. I guess he walked on in and start capturing the point, because if Redfall can capture east side of Delta, they can deny enemy reinforcements into it, and the only Blue 4 route would be through this very narrow and easily ambushable road. And also, if you hold it, you can actually deny Echo a little bit. If you set an ATGM perfectly right here, you can get some shots off as things come across the bridge. What do we have back here? We got Kira WR of 4 Hellfire missiles just flying around in the back lines. Gonna go into a corner. And still the boats on the pose. I think Blue 4 were just amazed. Like, what do we, it's a boat. I haven't seen these in ages. What do we do? What do we do? And the Pantagren's completely surrounded. Like, that's not a good sign. And he does go down. There's not really too much here for Blue 4. Just only main thing, all the sample. That's not good when your flamethrower units are out of ammo. It is good that they are elite, Joe. But they're not going to be holding out against much. If he moves up almost directly and they will attack. And here's the nuke. And there goes most of them most directly. Oh, nuke fuck. On AMX Brenner, doing some long range engagements with some BMP runs and PT90s. But as you can see, it's not the most accurate thing. And now it's going to get a hit. Yep. Got some measle Mark 20s. Cute little West German APC that most people are taller around. I mean, it's tiny. It's cute. And it's not so cute when it gets blown up there. And it's not very fuel efficient. Got more infantry being brought up there, just getting destroyed by the BMP runners. Perfectly positioning himself on that road to shoot anything that comes down. Yeah, Pantagren's not gonna have any of that. Got Charlie Marksmans coming down, or sort of back here. Enjoying the view. Ready to shoot down an enemy MiG-25 that flies over. You can do it, buddy. No, it's out of range. And what was he doing at that MiG-25? That is the seed version. So is that the only? Yeah, we can see the Charlie, but that's about it. And it's gonna go in. Let's get a nice zoom in here. So it just does some loop-to-loops. And there's the Charlie, and there it goes. Some evac before anything bad happens to it. And still, it's just a complete grind fest in the middle, just holding this choke point. Both sides just bringing up bunch of infantry. Oh, also like to note this is. It's total destruction. Total destruction, no time limit, no score limit. Okay. Okay. I should have really noticed that at the start. Yeah. Yeah, just grind fast back and forth, back and forth. in the middle, and still this boat. Oh, something actually tried to kill the boat. It's on fire now. Someone get a bucket. There's plenty of water around. And he's still spawn camping quite effectively. I think the Sheridan might get a kill. Nope, no, he's going to be firing their guns. Let's turn off the guns, going to switch to ATGMs, which are the better. And I think it might get the kill. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Maybe I'd get in water because Ceradons are amphibious. And oh! I never think I'll see the day when a Ceradon kills a boat. Or actually kills anything. As I say, 2GM isn't. That's very weird. And you see Nanasuke, Nanasaka gonna get some revenge. And oh my god, it blew full board out their own boat. This is actually some naval combat here. The Oliver Hazard parry, not gonna have any of it. Engaged in a Nanasuke. They both actually has the same size gun. And the Nana's holding out quite well. Probably not for too long. If the Hazard parry can hit. Can he hit, mate? Just flares being brought out. And away the boat goes. Wow, some boat and boat gameplay. Redfall gonna retaliate for their own boat? Maybe. Yes. They're gonna get an MI8 to recon. That's a good start. Let's speed this up runs again. We got MI24A going to unload some troops. Some Spetsnaz. Good old town clearing units. Ever since the day of EE, we always fear the Spetsnaz. And there's nothing really in the town at all. I mean, they could move out all their guys, like 5 sappers with no ammo. Okay, and a pentagram. That's exactly what he's doing. And still Delta. It's Delta, yes, it's Delta. Contested. Both sides controlling their respective side of the forest. And it's just cries in the middle. Wait, Hind actually shot something down? Oh, that's the cheap AA Hind. I think just shot down a helicopter. Now we got, oh wow, another boat being brought out, a Baikal. A Baikal, and there goes Vanderher. He's gonna be leaving. Probably realising this is total destruction. Spetsnaz moving up. A little bit destroyed. Yep, there's napalm. And that's going to be the end of that. No blue threat's going to do anything with these boats. Spawn camp the enemy side in Alpha. And oh, a Nighthawk, a sneaky Nighthawk. On a bombing mission to... Out of all the things you could Nighthawk, you choose 2 harmless APCs. Poor buggers. But that's a good use of ordnance. Speaking of good use of ordnance, nuke fuck. Not getting too many kills there, but the explosions are already enough to just turn me on. Got Assault Pioneers and Moss Drackleys. There's continuous infantry battle in the middle. There's the Jaguar flying around. Doing Jaguar things, is the ATGM version. Is it the ATGM version? Yes, it is. Using the M-Claw style missile. And oh, what do we have here? A Kirana, OH working together to do dastardly deeds behind enemy lines. And the Panzergrens is holding the fort with a machine gewehr for ease. It's just infantry grind fest. That's if he moves out the BMP-1D, so it's gonna get destroyed. It's gonna get panzer-fausted. Oh, Nighthawk doing another bombing run there, and I think he just did he bomb more MTLBVs? Yeah, I think so. Huh. Yes, there must be some very nasty looking MTLBVs. We've got Mirage 1C, and here's another little grunt, and finally gets a CV. And Mirage, oh, I liked what he did. He flanked it all the way around here, and so he could get the perfect like napalm run to completely cover it vertically. We could have sort of done the same effect around here, but I'm not one to be picky. And the Yak-38 gonna retaliate with some more napalm. Another Yak-38 gonna retaliate with napalm on the Panzergrens. And the MiG-23 mouse is gonna fly around protecting the skies. And oh, we got E6 Prowler trying to get some AA, and I think it does. He manages to get a plane. There's the Oliver Hazard carrying Baikal. Spawn camping. I can't actually spawn camp, there's no spawn at the moment activated. And there's the MiG-25 and RFs, and they're going to be dropping lots of bombs. Where it's mostly miss. There's the hrAwzas, doing some ATGM runs, getting some books, and all Fouchagers and Panzergrens moving up. Terminators of the game, giving no remorse with their G11. And there's not really too much here to be afraid of. Some long range shots in the MTLBVs. Fouchagers is holding ground and moving up. We're all holding ground. They hold ground and they move up. And get a long range shots. Got more bunch of moss directly being brought up. Got Yak-38's going to be retaliating with good old napalm. The best way to retaliate to any infantry put is a lot of napalm. We got Fouchagers probably going to win this now as BMP supporting. And BMPs have a cannon that do a whopping 2 HE damage. Or is it 3? Something very low. But nonetheless, they can kick some butt. Still no CV being reborn to Alpha, and all of it has a parry. Continue to get cluster bombed. Will it survive? Yeah, yes it will. It takes a lot of bombs to kill a boat. And, like, close hits don't do any damage to boats. Or hardly any damage at least. You need to get a direct hit right on the deck. That's what I want to see, just looking through the deck real fast. You got any audio. Did all of them bring naval units? Yeah, Redcorn didn't bring any naval units. Baikal only brought 3. Things are on using the whole of hrAwza power right now. Yeah, most of them brought naval units in their decks. Except for Redcorn, who doesn't need the naval. I believe he's mainly the guy in the middle, so... he's holding the fort. The middle fort. The Charlie fort. Jaguar flying over, going to be dropping in some good old HE bombs. I believe those are HE bombs? Yeah, yes they are. And a bunch of motos, more Saparis. This grind fest in the middle. It wouldn't be a match in Wonsan if there wasn't a grind fest in mid. Oh, nice storm position right, yeah. The AA unit that can engage ground targets, but its missiles only do like 15 AP. But they are named after one of my favourite Transformers, so I won't give them any hassle. Was it? No, it was Starscream. It wasn't Starstreak. Starscream is something else, I believe. Starscream is Megatron's buddy who'd like when Megatron turned into a gun, Starscream would be here and pick him up, or Megatron as gun form, and start blasting Autobots. Like the old cartoons, not the movies. I don't count those as Transformers. Yep, Grindfest in mid, napalm being dropped down, and the boats and the other hazard parry has more fires. Like, a lot of fire. And oh! I like this. Doing a lot of sneaky play here. Landing an alpha with a infantry CV and bringing up a second one just in case. And this is going to allow him to tank the Red 4 side. This is probably it for Red 4. I mean, there's 2 CVs, there's a boat, yeah, which does really want, which is barely alive. You can stop it from getting too close. Oh, that is good. That is very good. F-15D's finishing off the last bit of resistance on the point. I believe we're making good progress into Charlie. No, it's on the move up. Red 4 not really bringing out much reinforcements, or many reinforcements. Okay, bring a bunch of infantry now. There's the E6 Prowler finished trying to get the bug. Oh, no, it doesn't get sorted down by another bug. Thankfully turns the radar off just in time. So it's either going to end in 2 raids, because this is total destruction. Red 4 all going to leave simultaneously, or leave... Oh, okay, 3 raids. They can all leave simultaneously at the same time. Just leave in groups of run, and leave every now and again. One person leaves, and a minute later another person leaves. Or Blue 4 are going to Nighthawker Bravo CV, because I think they're probably going to nuke Hawker Bravo CV, or some sort of aircraft attack over Bravo. That's it could be gunships. That's a lot of Canadian gunships. I mean, that's a lot. That's quite a bit. Yeah, this would be a good way to end off, just air spam. Just air spam until you find a CV. Maybe a good idea for him to bring up another one, if they really want to hold out. Because if this one dies, it's only the last CV in the match. I know... I've got to slow this down. They're going to be flying over. And wasting a lot of ammunition on just a few targets here. And all they have are the heat. I believe those are heat launchers. Like the rockets, the dumbfire rockets that they shoot do heat damage. They're very low AP, but it always does damage. So actually it doesn't really do much of an explosion. Well, the Aussie one does. Well, the Aussie gunship, the Huey gunship, does make big HE explosion, which is more better for dealing with. Bloody hell, I'm losing my... Cat caught my tongue. Better dealing with armoured vehicles. That's what I wanted to say. Got TATs, there's camp, the spawns that's being camped. And I think Assign really needs to land so we can get some more AA missiles. But he's doing quite fine with his cannon. "52 seconds left. This might just... What's going to kill the CV? They got to kill the CV. It's the only way it can end. Is it going to be Puma Pirates Man? Is it going to be a lucky artillery shot? Maybe just a plane that comes out of nowhere. I mean, what's this plane back here? Okay, it's a Sea Harrier. Anti-radar. Not exactly what I was thinking. Oh, Tiger Hatch, this could be it. This could be the Funstrom's Reckoning. They fly right over. Can Blue Force see it? They don't see him. You can sort of see the outline, but they don't see him. Oh, they're right on top. They're right on top of him. If all you guys need to do is shoot one bullet and they're boned. They're going to move a little bit north, they spot it. And that is going to be a GG. The helicopter is going to get the kill. And that will be a good game for Blue 4, gaining quite a big KD advantage here. They actually took advantage of the water side, because they moved up the hrAwza parry and the Baikal, odd little couple. And completely destroyed the bottom side, capture the flank, and completely win the match. So, there's actually some naval tactics being used here. And yeah, good match overall. It's been another rangroocast. And, most importantly, oh, bloody hell, I completely messed it up. Whatever, take it easy.